Joining me today in the studio, I have Chief Executive Officer with the Catholic Health Association of Manitoba, Gladys Hrabi. Gladys, thank you for taking the time.
Thank you so much, Sylvia, for having me. And yes, and I'm happy to be here.
Fantastic. So for those who don't know, let's start off with what is the Catholic Health Association of Manitoba? What is it and what do you do?
Oh, thank you. So Catholic Health Association of Manitoba is an association composed of membership in the community, mostly Catholic identity facilities, as well as the Archdiocese of Manitoba. So we would have facilities such as St. Boniface, Action Marguerite, and St. Ama, Sarah Rial. Those are Catholic identifying facilities, as well as the Archdiocese of St. Boniface, the Ukrainian Archdiocese, as well as the Archdiocese of Winnipeg.
And what do you do with those associations?
So with those associations, I'm kind of the Catholic Health Association of Manitoba is kind of like the conduit between the church and the healthcare facility to make sure that the healthcare facilities that are a member of CHAM or Catholic Health Association of Manitoba continues to bring the Catholic healthcare to the community. So continue to have that identity for the Catholic community.
Fantastic. Through CHAM,
Yeah.
What is this brand new, I think it is brand new, Bridging Connections project?
Thank you. I'm so excited to talk about Bridging Connections because when I started for this role, I kind of thought like we have this existing project, an initiative called Mission Assistance in Living. And essentially what that project is really to actually provide and advocate to the government that we need to have a universal mental health care and social services available to everybody. And one of the things that are in the action items are that addressing loneliness among the seniors. So then one of the first things that I did when I started this job was to actually come up with social bridges as an initiative. So when there was an opportunity for Catholic Health Association of Manitoba to apply for funding through the federal government, so we did that, and that's how the Bridging Connections were born. So we thought that surprisingly or unsurprisingly, after the post-pandemic, we found out that it's not just the seniors that are actually facing loneliness, but as well as the youth. So what's a better way to actually connect those two generations, but to come up with a project that would really put them in the same space and continue with that bond. And that's what the Bridging Connections is all about.
I love this idea, especially combating that loneliness that I think is prevalent. Have you started it already?
We're just launching it. So we actually, we're just in the first phase of the project. And the first phase really is about trying to find volunteers for our advisory circle. We believe that when you have a project like this, there should be ownership coming from the people who are trying to serve. I don't want to come out and say, I have this fully formed project and said, here you go, can we do this thing? We want it to be like a co-design with the very people that we intend to benefit from it. So this is where we're at the first phase, to actually co-design this with the youth and as well as the seniors.
Are you looking for people now to join?
Yes, definitely.
If people are interested, how can they do that?
Of course. So they can go to our website. So they can go to cham.mb.ca, or they can follow us on Facebook or Instagram. We're active there. And also, if they are between the ages of 16 to 21, they could be part of the Youth Advisory Circle. And if you are ages 65 and over, you could also be part of the Advisory Circle. So the Advisory Circle really is, as the term goes, they're going to be advising the group, the project, and how to shape this entire project and how it will benefit the youth and the seniors in the community. So I think for us, we would love to hear from you, regardless if you are outside of this age group. If you're outside of this age group, you can still contact us and tell us about your ideas are and share these ideas, or maybe tell us some of the intergenerational project that you've seen out, and maybe we could get some inspiration from it. So it's open to everyone. Whatever, you can always just message us and tell us that we already have this in our community. Why don't you bring it in full scale? So we would love to hear your ideas and your stories about intergenerational projects. Yeah.
What is your hope for this project?
Oh man, I have so much hope for this project, because I always thought that as we continue to be more technologically connected, somehow we get to be so drifting farther and farther apart, right? It's supposed to be like they always call the world is flat right now. It's easy for us to connect with people all over the world, but the problem is that it also drifts us so much apart that we cannot have that oral tradition and the bonding that has made us exist throughout the millennia, right? So I believe that throughout our culture, our society, it was invented and it came up because people coexisted and bonded together socially. And those kind of things are kind of like not there anymore. So I'm hoping that even our youth, even with our idea of a stereotype of what youth are, that they are just in their cell phones, they only concern about themselves, they don't want to get along with older people. We want to squash that there is something that the youth can learn from the older adults as they've always been, and the older adults continue to be able to pass on those wisdom and expertise to the youth in a way that we try to not do that anymore because of the presence of technology, especially the social media. So with this, I'm hoping that even if one person can tell me, like seniors can tell me, I know I gained a friend today, or I know what TikTok is, I could say that I've succeeded in a way. Yes.
Well, I think that's fantastic, and especially the combating loneliness aspect of it.
Yeah.
You do some incredible work through this organization.
Thank you.
Why do you do this?
I don't think it's job. It's more of a calling, I would say. Like, we have morally and ethically, we should be doing something, right? Like someone has to, like they always say, like if you want change, you have to start with you. So, and I think we, as I do it as leading the organization, but as well as because I morally, ethically, as a Catholic, I believe that we can do something to change it for the better, especially with everything's going on in the world right now. It's very divisive, very polarizing. But one thing's always clear. There's always humanity in each of us. And when we become human and humanize everything, we could actually make it a better place. I mean, not for myself, but maybe probably for my kids and the generations after, to leave it a better place than we found it. Can you always say that, right? And I think we all can do that. And we could start it by projects like this. And then I think the seniors also want to be a part of that and leave some kind of a legacy that what they've lived the place. They could say that I live this place better than I found it, or better than when I existed it. So I think we want that, and we could start it from a small project like this, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gladys, you're an inspiration. Thank you.
Thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely.
I'm so I'm so happy to be here, and thank you for helping us promote this one. And hopefully it will be around for the project is only for until March, but we're hoping that this could start something, not just for the organization, but as well as other organizations who would be interested to do something like this. And it's very important for us to connect with generations and continue to have a better society than what we already have, right?
Amen to that. I love it.
Amen. Yes.
Thank you, Gladys.
Thank you, Sylvia.